Well, recently I reviewed what I consider to be the best smartwatch available, which is, of course, the Apple Watch Series 9. It's so jam-packed full of features. It's got all your activity tracking. It's got your health monitoring, your smart features, your notifications, your apps, everything you could possibly wish for in a watch. So how does it get any better than that? Well, this is how. The Apple Watch Ultra, or in this case the Apple Watch Ultra 2. This one comes, I've got that all set up with the Alpine Loop, the blue Alpine Loop band. So that's a mixture of polyester and spandex, no stitching, it's all woven together so it can't come to pieces. So that's and it's got a titanium G-loop there to hold it all together. So straight away you can see that the watch is quite a bit larger than the 45mm Apple Watch, and a lot larger than the 41mm Apple Watch, of course. It only comes in one size, unfortunately, just the 49mm screen. But it's and as you can see, it's quite a lot thicker as well. But it's kind of like a bad news, good news story with that size. Well, to be honest, I think that it's all good news. I'll just show you how that band fits together there as I put it on. So that slides there, and that's not coming off no matter how many rock faces you slide down. So that larger size means a larger screen as well. And so now we've got this new watch face on there with 6 rows of complications on there. I've got my podcast app on there, Spotify. I've got a weather forecast. We can go to the compass. We can trace our steps if you want to. And, you know, using the new double tap gesture, we can change the view of that compass to that cool 3D view that you can do as well. Yeah, more and more developers are embracing that double tap gesture, and it's becoming more and more useful, as I predicted when I did my Apple Watch review. So it's great to be able to keep one hand free, especially if you're hanging off a cliff with it, I suppose. What else makes the Apple Watch Ultra different? Well, of course, we've got the action button, right? So there's an action button on the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. This works very much the same way. You decide what shortcut, what app you want to launch, what action you want to launch with that button. In my case, with a push of a button, we're doing an outdoor walk when I take the dog for a walk. That starts recording straight away. And then you can go on to use that action button to mark a segment in your workout. So that'd be great if you're a multi-sports athlete, for example. Mark it when you finish your swim, mark it when you finish your bike ride, mark it when you finish the race, and you've got all those separate segments of your workout recorded. So let's end that workout. Yep. And I'll show you one or two other things here as well. So it's a titanium casing. So very robust. I haven't managed to scratch, mark, dent it in any way. It protects the edges of the screen. It also protects this nice big scroll wheel. So we can go down to our widget stack there with that. And that's all very easy to do, whether you're underwater, whether you've got gloves on, no matter what the circumstances. This is a very easy watch to control. And the main button is protected with that titanium casing as well. Of course, you've got excellent GPS functionality with this watch, better than even with the Apple Watch. Measures altitude, and of course when you go underwater, there's an app for that as well. How can I show you? How? Right, so there's, yeah, as I say, there's one last feature I wanted to show off with the Apple Watch Ultra 2. And it's to do with being underwater. It's the depth feature. So this is not really a diving computer per se, but it will show you things like how deep you are, how long you've been under the water, you know, what the time is, and how deep you've gone. So that's all useful information, of course. Not that easy to take you under the water with me, but then I realized I've got a little ocean here in the house, so I can show you that way. So yeah, here's my Apple Watch 2 Ultra, as we've just been looking at, with its always on display. And if we just go into my little ocean and simulate swimming around, you'll see straight away it's just automatically gone into depth mode. And at the moment I'm 0.1 of a meter under the water. And the water is 22 degrees. And when I went swimming in the Mangawhai estuary yesterday, it was only 18 degrees, and that was pretty darn cold, but I still went. So yeah, hopefully you saw all that, and we showed you what a great thing this Apple Watch Ultra 2 really is.